Batman has lost the battle against his own evil creation, Zur-En-Arrh. But somehow, the Joker seemingly knows who Zur-En-Arrh is. Batman demands answers, and once he was finally imprisoned with the Joker by Zur-En-Arrh, he asked the Joker how he knew about this evil creation. The Joker told him he would tell him a story of Joker Year 1. When we last left off, we discovered that there were 3 Jokers, and that the man who had trained Batman sought out the Joker to train the Joker. But what happened next? This is Comicstorian. I take comic books and turn them into audio dramas so that you know what's going on in the world of comics. This allows you to know what to add to your collection, and if you enjoy this type of content, consider joining us over at our Patreon if you want to get more comic books and you want to support us further. This is Batman 143. Batman moves through the dark and decaying city of Gotham. The virus is spread by laughter. Everyone is already infected, and the auditory signal triggers the physical changes that turn them into Jokers. Batman has designed earphones that will filter out the sound, but it's too late for the city of Gotham. The city is already gone. He moves through the shadows, following the clues that the Joker left behind, heading towards the Bay. Now we cut to the beginning. To Joker Year 1 again. Batman is continuing to work on what happened to the head of the Red Hood gang. Alfred sits at the Bat computer taking notes as Batman stabs a corpse with a syringe of chemicals from the vat that Red Hood fell into. Interesting. At 2 minutes, all pigmentation is neutralized from a Caucasian sample, Batman notes, and Alfred nods as he looks at the computer. So bleaching skin white. Sir, perhaps you should take a look at this incident downtown, Alfred says as he motions to the news monitors. Meanwhile, back in his apartment, Daniel Capito sits in a chair. He begins to think about how he approached the Joker, how he was going to use this to get his revenge on Bruce Wayne, but also to see what happens when a force like the Batman goes up against its exact opposite. If he was able to train Bruce Wayne into becoming the Batman, could he train the Joker to be the exact opposite? And he smiles as he continues to write in his journal, knowing that his new student will be unstoppable. Elsewhere in the city, a man goes flying through the bar window, shattering it and tumbling into the street. And Batman whirls around to the final thug still conscious. One last time. Fingers! Batman growls as he grabs the thug, lifting him up. I don't know! Fingers stammers, and Batman pulls him close. Wrong answer! The man with the white skin, where did he go? Batman growls at him. Fingers closes his eyes as Batman throws him to the ground, stammering that the man left with Brian boggling. When Fingers opens his eyes, Batman is gone. Nearby, Joker opens the door to Brian's apartment, still looking at the card that Dr. Capito gave him. Honey, I'm home! Joker calls out as he enters the apartment, looking up to see Brian tied to a chair nearby. Joker twists quickly, knocking the gun out of the Red Hood member away as it goes off. Sorry, boss. No hard feelings, another says as he leaps in with a knife, driving it into the Joker's arm. None taken! The Joker laughs as he pulls the blade free, punching the goon away. More Red Hood gang members pile into the room, driving Joker back, striking him down. But the window suddenly shatters inward as Batman leaps into the apartment. As the Red Hood gang whirls around on Batman, Joker rushes for the exit, his eyes wide with fear. Batman continues his battle, but a big member of the gang throws him through the window and into the fire escape. The big man wraps his hands around Batman's throat, squeezing tight as the hero is struggling, but a gunshot sounds behind them, and the rounds hit the Red Hood gang member in the shoulder, dropping him to the ground. Batman gets up, finding Brian holding the smoking pistol. But we now go to that future storyline. Batman is arriving at the shoreline, finding a body with a pistol-issue revolver and a GCPD ring on its finger. Batman turns back to the water as the Joker rises up, water red around him as he stands, a red robe wrapped around his skeletal body. Hello, Bruce, my sweet, simple man. Are we ready to end this? The Joker asks with a twisted grin, and Batman picks up the revolver and he takes aim. But the Joker's smile grows as he explains that should he die, a device attached to his heartbeat will send out a signal for all of the infected to kill themselves. Batman pulls the trigger and a bang echoes along the shoreline as a flag comes out of the gun. I saw the flag down the barrel, Joker. You're as predictable as ever. The Joker shakes his head as he steps out of the water. Oh, but it's different this time. I want to watch you, Bruce. I want to watch the gears turn as you piece it together. I want to watch you scramble with your failing mind until it's too late. Until they're all dead. In the past storyline, Gordon stands over the interrogation table, demanding to know if Detective Blair was a member of the Red Hood gang. The steely-eyed detective just glares at him. Lawyer, now. Gordon grunts with anger, storming out of the room. Give him his call and put him in a cell. Gordon snaps at Detective Manny. The man nods, stepping into the room where Blair recognizes his old friend. Can you get me out of this? He asks quietly, and Manny shakes his head but explains that he might get one of the older, slower beat cops to bring Blair down to the cells. Blair nods and smiles. Moments later, he has the beat cop's pistol and he's pushing it against his head. Nobody moves or I splatter O'Toole's brains! Blair shouts as he pushes into the main room of the GCPD. He looks around, glaring at Gordon. Now we're gonna walk out of here nice and slow, and you're gonna get me a car. But his speech is interrupted as a gunshot echoes through the room, the round ripping through Blair's head, bringing him down. Everyone turns in shock to see Manny standing nearby with his smoking pistol. Is everyone all right? He asks, and Gordon rushes across the room, punching Manny hard, shouting that he set up Blair so that he could kill him. Silence him before he could say what he knows. Are you in the Red Hood? You piece of crap, are you? Gordon shouts as the other cops pull him off of Manny, but the commissioner storms out of his office, shouting at Gordon to knock it off while they deal with the shooting. You want to go on your own, Gordon? Enjoy doing it from the sidelines. You're suspended! The commissioner shouts, punching Gordon in the face, leaving him on the floor as he turns, storming back into his office. Meanwhile, Capito is sitting in his apartment. He's pouring tea. He doesn't flinch as a knife is pressed into his throat from behind as Joker steps out of the shadows. Give me what I need, the clown demands. Capito nods his head, and he motions to the Joker to sit. Of course, we can start immediately. The Joker is still confused why Capito would even approach him. I'm a scientist of human behavior. Batman wrongly thinks that he can be a force of order. I'm interested in what happens if he meets an equal force of chaos. They begin immediately. Capito first teaches the Joker to ignore pain, compartmentalizing it in his mind and pushing it away. The Joker excels at these lessons. Capito then moves on, teaching him another thing that he taught Bruce, creating alternate personalities in his mind, other people to allow him to reach goals the primary self could not. Joker excels at this too. He creates the clown, laughter and devilishness bursting forth. Next, he creates the demon, a dark creature that enjoys the torment of humanity, and next, a man as calm and black as the ocean, cold as death. The three Jokers. Capito watches all of this in awestruck. The Joker is the perfect mind. Meanwhile, Gordon heads out of his car from his apartment with the intent of going to the store. He jumps as he looks at the rearview mirror and finds Batman waiting from the back seat. How long have you been there? Gordon demands, but Batman ignores the question. Nick Loeb suspended you, Batman asks, and Gordon sighs, nodding, explaining that Blair is dead and they have no more leads on the Red Hood gang. I'm starting to think that I should have taken that job in Metropolis, Gordon says, but Batman is still there. We'll get them, Jim. We'll smoke them out. We just have to give them a target they can't resist, Batman whispers. Now we cut to our future storyline. Batman is moving through the city, disguising himself as one of the infected. He's colored his face in white. He's smiling, and he's laughing. And he hates it, but he knows that it gives the Joker a perverse joy. He finally arrives at the GCPD building. It's dark and shadowy. Debris has been strewn about the floor. Moving through the destruction, Batman is suddenly attacked as a whip snaps out of the shadows. Don't you move, Catwoman shouts. Batman whirls, seeing Selina. He calls out to her, but she can't hear him. I'm not going down, damn it, she shouts. And Batman realizes that she figured it out, that she blocked her ears. He pulls the whip off and begins to sign to her, explaining that he isn't infected. Bruce, she says with a single tear in her eye. She crosses the room and they embrace, sharing a kiss. Finally, she pulls away. I couldn't find you. It seemed like the best place to keep them safe, she tells him, and Batman doesn't understand, but Selina leads him into the holding cells. His eyes widen in shock as he looks at the entire Bat family all infected. I couldn't let them stay out there. I couldn't let them become... She begins to say, but the Joker steps out of the shadows, pulling the plugs from Selina's ears and giggling gently. Batman whirls quickly, but it's too late. Selina has already begun to laugh. She slashes at his face, and nearby the Joker hits the button to open up the cell, releasing the infected Bat family members who begin to laugh as they stalk closer to Batman. But now we cut to the past again, where our story began. The Joker's training is done. He no longer fears anything, not even Batman. Joker steps into the kitchen of Capito's apartment and pulls a knife. Turning on the doctor, he points out that since Capito trained them both, he and Batman are like brothers. So I suppose that makes you our father. He smiles wider. I hated my father. He hisses, moving fast, the blade flashing as it cuts into Capito. The doctor falls to the ground, his mind racing as life leaks out of his body, questioning whether the Joker has played him all along. But as he watches the Joker pull on a suit, he knows one thing. The Joker is coming for Bruce Wayne. And he is perfect. And that concludes the second issue of Joker Year 1. How is the story going to conclude? Well, we'll find out next week, so make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you right here at Comicstorian. Thank you.